At the foot of a tall and silent mountain, where shadows stretched long each morning, rested a tiny seed. It was dry, fragile, and nearly invisible against the rough earth. No one noticed it. No one cared. To the world, it was nothing more than a speck of life, waiting quietly to disappear. Above the seed, towering trees swayed gently in the wind. Their branches stretched toward the sky, brushing clouds as if greeting old friends. Their leaves whispered proudly to one another, telling stories of strength and height. "Look how far we have grown," they murmured. "We are strong. We are admired. We are complete." The seed listened to them every day. It looked up with longing and sighed softly. "I wish I could grow like you someday," it thought. "I wish I could stand tall and feel proud." But deep inside, doubt lived quietly. The seed was small, weak, and unsure if it could ever survive in such a harsh place. Then the rain came. It was not gentle rain. It fell heavily, crashing against the mountainside, washing away the thin soil that barely protected the seed. The ground shifted beneath it, and the seed rolled dangerously close to the edge of a rock. Fear filled its tiny shell. "Why is this happening to me?" it cried silently. When the wind arrived, it was even worse. Powerful gusts howled across the mountain, threatening to lift the seed and throw it into the cold unknown. The seed clung desperately to the earth. "Why must life be so hard?" it wondered. "Why can't I have an easy place to grow?" High on the mountainside lived an old gardener named Tao. His back was bent from years of work and his hair was white like frost. He had spent his entire life caring for plants that others had forgotten. He believed that every living thing had a purpose, even the smallest seed. One quiet morning, Tao noticed the seed struggling against the rock. He knelt down slowly and smiled. With gentle hands, he pressed the seed deeper into the soil. His voice was calm and steady as he spoke. "The mountain is testing you, little one," he said. "Grow through the struggle. That is how you become strong." The seed did not understand his words. Pain and confusion filled its tiny world. But something about the gardener's voice felt warm, like hope. And so, the seed listened. Days passed, then weeks. Deep beneath the soil, something began to change. The seed cracked open, and a tiny shoot pushed upward. It was weak and pale, trembling with effort. When it finally reached the surface, the sun burned fiercely above. The soil was thin and dry. "We'll never make it," the seed thought. "I am too small for this mountain." Every time despair grew heavy, the old gardener returned. He never shouted, never forced. He simply whispered, "Keep pushing your roots deeper." So the seed did. It sent roots downward, searching through rock and darkness. Each inch was painful. Each moment felt impossible. But with every struggle, the roots grew stronger. They wrapped tightly around stone, finding strength where weakness once lived. Seasons changed. The seed became a sapling, then a young tree. Storms struck again and again, bending its fragile trunk. But the roots held firm. The wind could not take it. The rain could not wash it away. The mountain itself seemed to stand beside it, silent but steady. One spring morning, Tao stood quietly and looked up. The sapling had become a young pine tree, its green needles shining in the sunlight. The gardener smiled. "See," he said softly, "the storms you hated shaped you. The wind made you firm. The sun made you tough. The mountain made you grow." Years passed, slowly. The pine grew taller, reaching higher than it ever dreamed. Its roots gripped the mountain like strong hands. Birds built nests in their branches. Snow rested gently on its needles each winter. The tree stood proudly among the clouds, it once admired from below. One day a traveler climbed the mountain. His legs were weak and his throat was dry. When he saw the great pine, he rested beneath its shade with relief. Looking up, he whispered, "What a strong and beautiful tree. You must have had the easiest life." The pine listened as the wind passed through its branches. Then it replied softly, "No, my friend. I grew strong because life was hard. The traveler sat quietly, thinking about those words. At that moment, the old gardener returned to the mountain. Steps were slower now. His hair was silver, placed his hand on the tree's bark and smiled. "You have become what you were meant to be," he said. The pine swayed gently. "Thank you for believing in me when I did not believe in myself." The gardener shook his head. "It was not belief," he replied. "It was truth. Even the smallest seed holds greatness inside. It only needs the mountain to wake it up." The wind carried those words far across the mountain. And so, remember this. Life's challenges are not here to break you. They are here to shape you. Storms make roots deeper. Struggles make hearts stronger. When life feels heavy, when the ground beneath you seems thin, whisper to yourself, "I am growing through this." Because one day, someone will rest in your shade, and they will never know how hard you had to grow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring English stories, only on English Life Tales. Grow through what you go through. Thanks for watching.